I think one of the weirdest thing about the internet is just how much time we spent watching other people's lives. You know, some days I can sit on this desk right here, do nothing, absolutely nothing all day apart from be on YouTube or Instagram and just watch someone else go to gym, watch someone else travel, be funny, laugh, find love, start a family, and have a life. Well, I'm just here watching. So today I want to ask the almighty intelligence of the artificials, the cute little Claude AI. I want to ask something a bit uncomfortable, which is the question that why do people love watching other people live instead of living themselves? And so, without further ado, let's start cooking. I've cooked up the little starting prompt here. Oh, it's late night. It's late night. Let's get the fucking start braining. I mean, late night, I always have these deep thoughts. It's actually crazy. Like, I actually do this a lot. Just late night, deep convos, interesting topics with my dearest, cute little Claude here. So I think this will be a great video format and series. But anyways, so question is, why do humans watch other people live instead of living themselves? Watching is risk-free living. You get the emotional hit, you get the excitement, drama, the feeling of progress without any actual cost. Your brain can fully tell the difference, so it accepts a substitute. Yeah? I mean, that makes sense, but I think your brain can tell the difference, no? Because, sure, your subconscious brain probably couldn't when it sees all of those things happen and gets stimulated and gets those brain chemical releases. But your conscious brain surely can fucking know the difference between videos on the phone and shit that's happening on the phone compared to, you actually experiencing it. I mean, Ooh. I mean, sometimes I remember I used to watch I've seen this video of someone bungee jumping, and I'm definitely fucking afraid of heights. Ooh. And so when I watched that video, it was ages ago. I got the tingles of just like, So maybe your brain can't fully tell the difference a little bit, but it's your subconscious brain. It has to, right? And also another thing is now when I watch extreme shit on Instagram, because my feed is so fucked up anyways. It's just fucking people dying. It's actually cooked. But now when I go on the feed, I'm just numb. I see it every day now. I don't care. I'm just numb now. I'm a shit human being now from fucking Instagram. Fuck you, Doc, if you're watching this. Anyway, so surely people's conscious brain can tell the difference. No? No? Question mark? Yeah, but the conscious brain isn't running the show. Stop giving me fucking jargon. Just talk to me like a human being, cunt. Stop giving me jargons. Talk to me like a friend. Anyways, gonna look at this prompt first and then finish that prompt. Watching Netflix isn't the same as traveling. Fuck off. Watching Netflix isn't the same as traveling, but you still feel something. And that feeling is enough to take the edge. Yeah, you do feel something. Obviously, it's like the same as storytelling, right? Obviously, storytelling is a big part of the entire human civilization, the entire human evolution. In fact, most of the information for 10,000 fucking years is passed down through storytelling. And I think in a way it's wired into our brain to have storytelling and just stories, narratives, drama naturally, even though you're not part of that story or drama, naturally allow. Oh, it's also like, human imagination is a crazy thing. So I guess this has a lot to do with imagination of you living that life and seeing it through a different lens. I'm trying to imagine right now. Maybe, I don't know. That's why you're here, bitch. What the fuck was I going to say? Feeling doesn't take the edge away. So, does that have something to do with storytelling and how important stories are in the human society and even evolution? Because in a way, our imagination takes us there, even though we are not part of the story and narrative and drama, etc. Oh, I forgot the question mark. Fuck. Yeah, exactly, like stories were original VR, virtual reality. Oh yeah, pretty much. Sitting around a fire hearing someone describe a hunt, your brain is in it. It's not a bug, it's the whole point. We evolved to learn. I mean, that entirely makes sense. But then also, problems that used to be rare now is infinite and on demand. So the same thing makes us good at humans now being exploited. Some fucking psychology shit here. But also like I mean, I don't think they made TikTok with exploiting human evolution instincts in mind. I don't think they made TikTok in mind like that, But still, it's just happened to latch on this thing. But obviously, I'm sure all of us know that, spending fucking 7 hours a day on YouTube or Instagram just watching videos is bad for you. Like, you actually have to go out and do some shit with your life. But still, I don't know the data. I need to ask it to do research. But I'm sure a fuckload of the population still spends. My screen time is low as fuck these days, which is good because I spend on my computer and working all day. But what is the average population's screen time on social media? 6-7 hours? I wouldn't be surprised to see that. That is still fucked. 5 hours, cunt. What? Nah, I mean that's like a intrapolation, because fucking some cunt at 60 years old. When was like mobile? Let's say 2000s. You start having screen. 60, 40 years old. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The intrapolation. Fuck off. The intrapolation, because there's no way someone's 78 years old, or even like, let's say 50. Yeah, because 26 years ago, you have to be at least 26-year-old right now. Like someone fucking 40 years old will have screen time at all. Because like when they're young, they wouldn't have a screen. But still, that is crazy. Excuse me. That is fucking crazy data. 19 years watching other people live. Gen V is up to 5 hours. That's fucking cooked. And that's not to think like fucking... What's above like the old people? Old people probably don't even know how to use a phone. So they like, oh, no, but Gen V is calculated separately. My bad. Yeah, that's cooked, bro. But, okay, so 20 years watching other people live. But surely I'm saying like, okay, your brain doesn't know the difference between the two. Sure. Or like your subconscious brain doesn't know the difference between the two. And thus, you feel the simulations, the dopamine, all of that feeling from it. But your conscious brain have to know that it's not good for you. That spending 5 hours a day on screen, on social media, is not good for you. So why don't you make the active, intentional decision to just limit yourself and to go out and actually do some shit with your own life? It's like, Well, people eat fast food. I mean, I eat fast food now and then, just a little bit for like a little snack reward, but I don't eat it all the time. But surely, like, people eating fast food all the time have to know that this is not good for them. But why would they still do it? Is it just lack of discipline? Is it really just like they just gave up on changing and be like, fuck my life, this is my life, I'm gonna die fat, I'm gonna die fucking glued to my screen all day? I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, what is my phone time, screen time on social media? The only thing I do is take a hit of Instagram Reels now and then, and when I'm on the toilet, I go on YouTube Shorts. It's a very distinguished taste right there, because I get different algorithms. How do you check your screen time? There it is. Nah. Bullshit. Nah, that's actually have to be bullshit. My screen time's 13 hours. Let me, you can see it. What? Nah. That has to be bullshit. There's no way. 13 hours. I fucking wake up 13 hours a day. I'm awake 13 hours a day. And I'm definitely not on my phone. Nah, this fucking shit is rigged. I'm being genuine. I'm awake for fucking 16 hours a day. And there's no way I spend 13 hours a day on my phone. That's BS. 100%. Ignore that. So, let's keep chatting about cute little Claude here. So surely people understand that scrolling that much is bad for them. Like, I'm fine with people scrolling now and then a little bit, like 5 minutes, just for a short mental break. But 5 hours a day? That's insane. Why can't people make the active decision to change their lives? They know they do is bad for them. Oh fuck. Well, I guess, yeah, I was gonna say, people know smoke kills them, they still do it. They should exercise. People know drugs are bad for you, they still do drugs. So, I mean, I'm not 100% completely disciplined. Not everything I do is always good for me, but generally, I try to do things that's good. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I do like a little 5-minute real hits, breaks. People know smoking feeling does. Knowledge doesn't change. The father thing is, scrolling never feels like 5 hours. Feels like 5 minutes. That is very fucking true. Yeah, that is very true. I have to every time I scroll for 5 minutes, and I'm not bullshitting, by the way. I'm not saying it feels like 5 minutes. It actually is 5 minutes. I limit myself. I consciously look at the time, and when it passes, I have to go back to work. I put my phone away. A single moment where I'm making a decision to waste my life is death by a death by 1,000 tiny yeases. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh at death. It's not that funny. Well, then the question is, how do you change? If knowing doesn't change, how do you change? Surely someone can't just be in the death realms forever. Drugs you rehab, smoke you rehab. It's very hard. Something has to make the cost feel real. The fuck did that mean? All right, let's read the rest. Not intellectually real. Like actually felt. Someone close to you dies and you realize you never called them back because you were on your phone. Fuck, can't. Didn't have to be that deep. You hit 30 and you haven't built anything. You look up and a year went by. Fuck, can't. I'm getting goosebumps every time, yeah. I'm genuinely getting goosebumps though. On my ass. Okay, you didn't have to be that deep. Anyways, pain's the only thing that moves people, not information. The problem is scrolling is specifically designed to never let that moment arrive. How? Never let that moment arrive. It doesn't show you, it never lets you feel the pain properly. I guess so. It keeps you just comfortable enough that pain never builds to the point where you actually snap out of it. But like, it's saying that, it's basically saying that some fucking external shit have to happen, right? Like someone close to you dies. Like, it's saying that something big milestone have to happen. Maybe it helps. What changed me? I mean, I was a gaming addict for fucking 4 years, playing video games 10 hours a day. It was cooked. And I mean, what changed me was, now looking back and now having talked about this with little Q Claude, I think what changed me to turn from gaming addict into, you know, a real grinder guy is, again, a thousand tiny decisions, but also, is weird, but also one big fucking decision. I remember, this is the whole story, but I was in Japan traveling with my boys, and the story is basically like, I couldn't financially buy them food because I love my food and they don't really give a shit about food, but I want to buy them the unagi for them to try, but I couldn't because I don't have money. And so, and I love taking care of people around me. That's what initially started driving me, money, right? And so I got back, started learning code. I was still like, sure, in the morning I'll code for 2 hours, learn codes, get back to League. 6 months after that, after I learned enough code, done enough projects, I then started participating in hackathons. And from that third hackathon, I met a little team and we started a startup. And for that entire year, I was locked the fucking, all I can think of is that startup FOCA, which then fucking failed. And then story is also one reason I locked in for a long time, which is because I was moving, so I didn't have my PC, I didn't have game available to me. I was still playing video games. Fucking Clash Royale was big, huge back then. So, and then now I'm kind of, after a lot of fucking, I still get into ruts, and then I will spend a week. I remember, you know, at the start of this year, I was 100% locked in. Like, my content was going well. And then you can go to my Instagram, by the way. There was like, I upload every single day, basically. And then, boom. I think it was 3 weeks. No upload at all. That was the time I was fucking playing League. And I was just in the fucking rut. I went from League into playing Rust. If you know Rust, you know. And then into playing Valorant, back into my second League account. Got it banned. And that's the reason why I'm back here, locked in. Fuck, I heard something. Let me just lock my door real quick. So there's a lot of things. If it is kind of one big decision, like for example, my content posting, you really have to give yourself that first post, which is always the hardest, the first step. But then every step afterwards is kind of like also tiny decisions of keep going. So how exactly does people snap out of it? And does people even want to snap out of it? Is it like people just gave up? That's the best part I can. That's the best way I can put it. I think most people haven't given up. They just never actually decided. That's true. You have to make decisions. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. You decide all the time though. Like, you definitely decided to click on this video. You decided to watch this far. Every second, every infinite amount of fraction of time, you make a decision. Consciously or subconsciously. Like, what else decision do you have to make? Like, there's a difference between giving up and never starting. Most people just drift. Oh, you're giving me vague shit again, cunt. Give me something concrete. Giving me this AI slop again, bro. They didn't choose this life. They didn't choose anything else either. Fuck, I hate this AI slop. Like, it's so deep, but then it's so empty. It's saying nothing, but it feels like so deep. Anyways, and snapping out of it is almost never gradual. It's usually one moment, a conversation, a video, seeing someone else doing something real. Hey, bro. Snap the fuck out of it. Snap the... Oh. Okay, that was not... That was a soft ass fucking punch. See? You can't take a fucking hit. Snap out of it, mate. Nah, jokes. I don't know who you are. But I don't want to fucking act around here. But genuinely, I mean, if you are in a state where I guess I'm gonna have to ask Claude a little bit here and see what Claude has to say. I have my own thinking already, but I guess, like, if you're in a state where you think you can do more, where you think the meaning of your own life is more than what it is now, but you're not doing anything to working towards it, then please snap out of it. I don't know, like, this video is just a guy chatting with AI, late night deep conversation, and it's good to have whoever it is you here watching and be in the conversation with us in a way. And I'm being genuine, by the way. I'm not trying to fucking put on a show or anything. It may seem like, because it's so sudden, right? I've been trying to muck around and fuck around the whole time. But I genuinely wish everything I do with content and my entire philosophy of my goal, my pursuit, my ambition is, and the understanding is that us people, humans, us are the foundation of everything, of the entire civilization, of the entire human existence. Us. The main building block, the fundamental unit is us. Not energy, not technology, not semiconductors. Like, people, all the scientists, people mainstream use energy to measure a civilization. I don't think so. It should be the conscious intelligence. Because everything that exists today is built by us. Technology, harvesting energy, it's all done by people. And we're doing that not just for ourselves, but for other people as well. It's a loop of people and connections. At the end of the day, you know, we're social animals. We have to move forward as an entire collective. And okay, again, so, like, everything I do, the fundamental philosophy is to genuinely improve individuals, improve collectives, to allow people to turn attention into action, which then turns into collaboration and coordination. Again, we're social animals. We have to work together with each other, be able to work together as a species to then allow our entire civilization to have a brighter future. I'm saying this sincerely. I think about this night and day. I do really think that I quite like this mission myself. I do think that modern day, a lot of the people, either people with power or even just the masses, can tend to ignore the, again, most fundamental baseline unit of what makes up our civilization, which is people. I think we often forget about that. So the whole point of me yapping and all of that is I genuinely wish whoever you are watching this, if you believe, if you literally just, I need to ask Claude about this because I don't think anyone can genuinely just fully give up. I think there's potential in everyone, but especially if you believe you are here for a purpose, there's more purpose to it, and there's more meaning to where you are right now. I genuinely want you to, as we've talked about in this conversation so far, to snap out of it and go take action, go do whatever you believe your point of existence are. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't even see this part. That's actually why content like yours work, by the way. You're not giving people information, you'll make them feel the gap. Well, okay, that's not exactly, but Claude understand, like Claude have context of what I do. So and is it possible for people to genuinely give up? Or are there potential in everyone? But how do we activate that? Is it just life? Like the grand universe deciding whose brain suddenly one day just thinks of something and wants to change their life and take action. Oh, like the funny thing is, let's let Claude look at this. The funny thing is, I was watching a biography about Elon Musk, and his entire drive is quite similar, benefit human society, but he's doing it from a technology perspective. I would love to approach it more from a human perspective, people perspective, due to the reason I've aforementioned reasons. But he read a book when he was 10. It's fucking retarded, by the way. Who reads fucking philosophical books when you're 10? But he was reading this philosophical book by like Plato or someone at 10, and he had a what do you call it, like a existential. My English is gone. Fuck. Fuck. I actually can't pronounce the word now. Holy shit. Existential. Existential. Fuck me, by the way. Okay, I'll practice later. Such crisis when he was 10, and thus he's had this internal drive to advance humanity for the entire of his life, which is like, if he never had that thought when he was 10, he could be a completely different person. The entire human civilization could be a completely different. We probably wouldn't have EV cars, wouldn't have reusable rockets, etc. Who knows? Butterfly effects are real. Fuck, what am I? I need to drink some water too. Some people do genuinely give up. What does that mean? Are there not light? Are there not always a little bit light and potential in everyone? So what if someone genuinely gives up, then what? Their life is hopeless now. They can never achieve anything. And also, is everything we say is weird because like, what does achieving anything even mean, right? You die and there's nothing. So what? Like they will watch someone else transform and think good for them instead of that could be me. Fuck, that's true. That's true. That's a very good diagnosis. I'm not even gonna lie. That is very true. Like this little simple diagnosis. Simple, absolutely simple. Just the difference in 3 to 4 words is all that you need to see if someone has given up on their lives. Because right now, 100%, I feel everything whenever I scroll, what I see in someone else's lives, that could be me, and that drives me. Instead of making me feel more behind, which is another thing. A lot of people feel behind when they watch all these influencers. And also I understand that a lot of everything online that you see are mostly just people's wings. People mostly just post highlight reels. Although I think that wave is kind of changing with people posting more raw form content of imperfect content. And people can kind of tell these days when someone's just posting, their highlights. Fucking Jake Paul, Logan Paul, those guys, KSI, those influencers. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, that's fucking true. Well, I hope everyone has that could be me in all of us. But yeah, it is actually very sad to think that when someone sees someone else successful, for me, it feels sad if they say, good for them. Fuck, that's actually really sad to think about. But I don't think it's the universe deciding. I think it's exposure. You can't want something you've never seen or felt was possible for you. So people who snap out of it, usually someone got to them first. A book, something that showed them a version of themselves they hadn't considered. I don't really know what that means. But that, a person who got to you, a piece of content, a book, fuck. I'm kind of going into the philosophics of fate and luck. But that's for another conversation. That's probably for tomorrow night's deep conversation. It would be very interesting. Something that showed them a version of themselves they haven't considered, which is actually the most important thing a creator can do. You're not motivating people. Motivation is temporary, I agree. You're expanding what someone thinks is possible with them. That sticks. That's very true. Well, I'm very tempted to ask, how do I do that specifically? Am I doing that specifically from what you understand of me? That shit type of prompt. But we're not going to, because it's not about we're not here for content creation strategies. I mean, I don't know how to ask the next question. I don't know what the next question is without going into deep philosophical thing about fate, because that's all I can think of right now. I mean, I guess if that's the only thing I can think of right now, I guess we just try to come to a conclusion for this. In that, what can the people... I mean, the thing is, okay, surely, and I still believe there is a bit of light in everyone, even those who you said given up. like agree the diagnosis of good for them versus be me is strong, but is it possible for them to transform from the prior to the latter? I guess I'm more asking if it's possible for themselves to transform internally without any external influence. But you can't logic them into it. Yeah, of course, you can't logic people into a lot of things. People are emotional. The only thing that works is identity. Someone deep down still has a tiny version of themselves they want it to be. I actually can't imagine what it feels like to just genuinely giving up on your life. That must be fucked. That has to be so fucked of a feeling of just genuinely giving up on everything. Or I guess that's like why people kill themselves, right? Again, it's a very sensitive topic. I don't know. That's why I said I guess. But again, like my life has been so fortunate. And I've failed startups. I've failed content. I've posted to an audience of fucking under 100, and most of them are my friends, and my reels like stuck to the 200 view baseline of Instagram for half a year. I mean, people have been there, stuck there longer, but I've experienced the downs, but I've never really had extremely unfortunate things that happened to me. And possibly like if genuinely unfortunate things happen to people, probably is pretty easy to give up. I'm not going to lie. Like, fuck, man. It's not about convincing them, it's about reminding them. You're not introducing a real idea. You're waking up. Yeah, because there's that someone in all of them. I'm sure we wake up. Not wake up. We are born with someone in all of us. We all have dreams and ambitions. I'm sure of that naturally. It's just how your environment has done to you. But again, I don't think it's all about environment, because to me, my upbringing, I don't really have ambitious friends, or like overly ambitious friends who's like, oh, I want to be the president, or like that kind of shit, And I think my entire upbringing, I never really had big ambitions. I wasn't like eccentric. I wasn't a nerd who started coding, or I wasn't into performing arts to make content. I was good at maths because I'm fucking Asian. That's an identity I gave myself. It's not because I'm actually good at maths, or I'm pretty good at maths. But if like back in high school, it was more identity I gave to myself that I'm good at maths, which made me study harder at maths and became good at maths. So my upbringing was my environment. It wasn't also like, well, I'm out doing business with my dad all day. I was fucking home gaming all the time. So my environment, genuinely, my upbringing hasn't really changed me in terms of wanting to do great things. Again, I'm very fortunate. Loving mother, dad who is able to provide loving as well. Good friends. But yeah. Scary thing is the window gets smaller the longer you wait. Not because the light goes out, but because the story they tell themselves get louder. Yeah, it's actually so fucked how important perspective and identity, same thing. Just like how you see the world and how you see yourself is so strong. Genuinely, because I've had this transformation, I can feel it. It's such an important thing of how you see yourself. And that's something that you just kind of have to tell yourself every day and believe in it. That's something that takes time. And little by little, you change. You can't just change one day, wake up and like, I'm going to do great shit. It does take time to change little by little. I'm not that type of person, and once the story is solid enough, almost nothing gets through. You think like if anything can be loud enough. So, is it possible for people to internally? I said video is gonna be 22 30 minutes, but it's actually getting really long. But I like it. I'm actually really enjoying this. You know, once I get rolling, I love it, man. Hopefully, you know, you're finding this not just engaging, not motivating again, but actually divine revelation. I don't know. You take whatever you want, right? So is it possible for people to internally actually change, or is it mostly external influences? Oops, that was a typo almost. I think the external thing has to happen first, but the actual change is internal, 100%. Like, no one changes because someone told them to, but something external cracks the door open and then that person have to walk through. I don't think I'm getting to the bottom of this. There's something vague in my mind that I can't really explain. There is a bottom to this that I want to ask and try to get an answer, but I can't really explain what I wanted to know. Like we're kind of circling around here, bro, for a couple chats now. Again, like that external question, I mean, not external question. Yeah, that's something I can't explain. It's just the deeper philosophical kind of question of fate. So the idea that, you know, is it all just fate at the end of the day, whether someone accomplishes great things versus someone who just watch and given up on their life? Because again, like, the world is so complex. That's one thing I also realized, that so many little factors could influence so many things else. And butterfly effect is the real fucking thing. So like, if so much infinite amount of things could happen, versions could happen, is it just fate at the end of the day? Let's look at something more practical. So then, what can I do, and what can someone who thinks that, what did he say? Who thinks, what's that one, like superior, who thinks about good for them, and instead of, that could be me. I mean, it's not something you could do, right? It's the fucking thing that just happens to you, because that's the whole point of what's being explained. You once you're in that state, you can't just suddenly change. It's not a thing where you just suddenly change from good to them to that could be me. Dude. But I guess, again, it's not something they do or even internally think, because the whole point is you can't really just turn from thinking good for them into that could be naturally, right? Yeah, you can't just decide to think differently, because to think differently, to make that decision, you have to already think differently. What's a better analysis? Do you understand what I'm saying though? Surely that makes like a little bit of sense. If you want to change, then you it's fucking retarded. If you want to change, you would have already changed. That's fucking retarded to say. If you want to change, then obviously you need to make a decision that you want to change. But if you're in a state where you've given up good for them, then the decision itself would never spawn anyways. So you're kind of always forever stuck there if we're just talking about a person internally. Change your inputs. You can't control the thought, but you can control what's surrounded by. But the thing is, if someone is in the good for them and doesn't care and given up, why would they change the environment anyways? It's a dilemma. It's a conundrum. It's a dilemma. Like, if fat person given up and doesn't even want to get fit versus someone who decides get fit, nothing would work. The above is only works when they want to change. So are people who have just given up just done for, apart from lucky external events? Yeah, I think so as well. Before the convo, I kind of had the idea that, people always have this internal drive to do, but it makes sense if someone has already given up and something external doesn't happen to them, then they're just fucked. Yeah. If someone has fully closed the door, not just struggling, if they're not even trying, if they don't even want to try, if that thought doesn't even fractionally, slimly exist, there's nothing you can do from the inside. There may be something you can do from the outside. I don't think truly giving up is common as it looks. Most people who looks like they're giving up are actually protecting themselves. It's like you never try, you fail. The question you're done for is, I don't care if the real armor. If you get through the armor, feel safe enough to want to. That's actually, it's another whole topic now. It's about like mental, I don't know, emotional barrier. Usually that's the person, not a piece of content. Someone who actually sees them try harder to engineer. But yeah, I don't think no amount of, unless you really want to change already, if you're in that low state, content wouldn't motivate you, books wouldn't help you. I think the only hope, again, comes back to people, is someone who genuinely cares for you and want to see more from you, and through that, people's lives change. I was about to say thank you, but the final kind of where we are right now and to the exploration of what would you say? I've said what I wanted to say, but the answer is most of them haven't given up. They're waiting for permission from their loved ones, people who care for them. And it's, having people who care for you, it's a blessing. It's an absolute blessing. And I don't, again, being fortunate enough to have that, I don't think is very a common occurrence. I still think it's pretty rare. But I also do believe that it's just part of culture. With the entire culture, which takes time to build, which takes a lot of minds to work together, or maybe it takes one or a few, who knows. But if the culture is to understand that people are the baseline, are at the foundation of everything, I think, there could be more caring people out there rather than what we see these days, just cold people who has a barrier around themselves. And also, that barrier, it's a ripple effect again. People have that barrier because they are scared of other people to break in. But if no one had barrier in the first place, then it's much easier to then have that upward spiral. Anyways, let's finish this. Let's end this up. Holy shit, 50 minutes. Permission to believe that the life could be actually interesting, that they're allowed to be the main character, and nobody give it to them. So they just, okay, I'm still thinking about one thing. Let's reread it. Waiting for permission to believe that the life could actually be interesting, that they're allowed to be the main character. Everyone, again, the whole algorithm game is designed. The whole idea, whole core meaning is you are the fucking main character. We are all our own main character to our lives. Everyone else is not fucking real. Let me tell you that. Nobody gave it to them, so they just watch other people be instead. Tragic theme is that watching makes it worse. Every hour you spend watching someone else, brain collects evidence that living something other people do. But the light doesn't go out, it gets quieter, which is hope. I like seeing hope. Sometimes one thing, one video, you just fucking said one content doesn't do it. Fuck you, cunt. Contradicting yourself. One person, one moment says the right thing at the right time, and suddenly they remember they were supposed to be in the game. Everyone is supposed to be in the game. Everyone is playing the game all the time. And as long as you are alive, there's always endless possibilities. Again, I talked about how complex the world is actually a fucking endless possibility. That's what you makes matters. You're not making. Don't have to do that. Stop it. All right, let's not finish that part. But just this final little yap about my observation, right? About possibilities. Genuinely, is fucking amazing. There is, not just talking about people, 8 billion individuals who are not like we are. We are extremely complex, just in ourselves, just in our biology, just in our brain. You don't know what the fuck is going on up there. You don't know your own subconscious thoughts, what you are capable of. Not to mention that there's 8 billion of us out there with different incentives, experiences, histories, emotions, problems, dreams, and ambitions. And from a mathematical perspective, the combination of all of these agents, let's say, individual people interacting with each other, that itself is fucking infinity, basically. It's a huge number. It's fucked. And not to mention, again, of the infinite elements around us. And not to mention the infinite nature of time moving forward into the future. If infinity x infinity x infinity, mathematically, the world is infinite. The world is your oyster. And thank you for watching. Fuck, I'm gonna take that back. Thank you for. I really loved. I quite enjoyed that entire conversation. That was an experience. I love this deep late night talk. It's like chatting to a friend, except I'm chatting to an AI robot here. But just language. It's good to have someone to spar with, and thank you for being here as part of the conversation. I would be different. I would be a different person if you're not here. Genuinely, even just digitally, and even in the future, I'll be a different person right now. A lot of these things I probably wouldn't think as deep as myself, because when I say things out loud, I can sometimes think deeper, because it becomes solid words instead of just still vague random things in my mind. Though, thank you for being part of this conversation, and I'll see you next night.